Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday, and I am so thankful that I'm getting me some good rest. I, I appreciate having these days off, and thank God for that. I hope everybody is having a good day. Um, hey, it's Gamma. How are you? I hope you're doing well. If you would like to come up, you're more than welcome. I'm just going to be talking a little bit about Warning for Destruction with the rapper Julio Foolio. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the culture in today. Hey, Randy, good to see you. Good to see you. So, if anybody would like to come up, I'm going to have an open panel to anybody that wanted to come up. Because this is a much needed topic to talk about. A lot of people are talking about it, but they're taking it as to some people are taking it as a joke, or, oh well. But it's just too prevalent how the black community, especially the young people. Hey, Genesis, how are you? And the young people of today, and it's not just blacks; it's all youth in this day. They don't Hey, Natron, they don't take death seriously. What people don't realize, death is eternal. It's not something that most people don't, wake up, out of their death and be able to tell the story. Hey, T Cat. Most people don't wake up and say, they're back on Earth. Very few people have that. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you for coming through, Gamma, and y'all check Gamma World out. She is a content creator. I think she's been here for maybe a couple of years or so, but I was introduced to her, and I'm so glad. She has a very fun channel, very informative channel. So you guys check out It's Gamma's World. If I have a mod, if you could put her channel in the chat, I would really appreciate it. Like I said, she talks about different things, and she puts me in a whole new algorithm. So hey, I love Gamma for that, and a few other content creators that I tell about their channel. And Genesis also has a channel, very informative. You guys check Genesis out. Hey Matthew, how are you, y'all? Well, first of all, and Matthew, that is like you say, hey CC, it is demonic to me. All of the music that I heard, I heard from uh, even Julio Foolio and Young and Ace. It's just demonic. It's like y'all are happy that other people have died, like, and then they go down the list of their ops, the people that they've either had shooters to take care of, or they did it or whatever. So it's crazy to me how they think that death is just a game and that we live in a video game world. We live in a real world, and I don't understand why people don't get that. But yeah, Matthew, it is. It definitely is. And I'm gonna share some clips with you. I don't want to bore you um, with all of the different videos I'll be playing. I'll be playing a little bit from Family Time, End of Sentence. I think that's 1090 Jake. And then the other is I'm gonna be playing forget the names of those, but I'll go back and let you guys know. So just in case if you would like to go back and look at the video, and just like you remember when King Von and what's the EBG Duck, they had FBG Duck got it. They had their thing going on, and when FBG Duck uh, got killed, then King Von made a diss song about that. Like, this is crazy. These people don't have no boundaries. They just it's all around the board. It's really demonic, and I don't understand how people can't see this the evilness in it. Like, ain't nothing good about the beat or nothing like that. You letting those things come into your ears, They really, to me, it's like I said, I always thought music was spiritual. And a lot of the frequencies that these people use and the words, like if you believe in word spells and all that, it really does something to your spirit. And I was thinking about how in Proverbs 18, 21, when he talks about there is tongue, and the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it eat its fruit. And basically, the things that you speak out of your mouth, I don't care if it is in a rap song, even if you're reciting a rap song, those, whatever you're reciting, sometimes it can come back to you. You know what I'm saying? You said it wasn't laced by real ones. Okay. Yeah. So you gotta really, and Matthew, if you would like to come up or whatever, and and chop it up with me or whoever else would like to come up to talk about this, because like I said, I don't understand why these people think that this is a game out here. The first video I'm gonna share with you is gonna be let's see, I got the Julio Foolio. Play this one first. First of all, you do never drop your location wherever you are. Now, unless you're ready for it. Like I said, I dropped my location the other day because I was like, I'm sick and tired of it. But when you come to this kind of stuff, especially two gang members, a lot of the people that they associated with, they are basically they're shooters, and they killers, and they don't care about nobody's life. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't about that gang, the name, that hood, they don't care nothing about your life. They don't care nothing about your mama. So for him to kind of Julio Foolio to share his location, it's kind of almost like he was on an S purpose. I don't know if I could say. I'm just gonna say it. He was on a suicide purpose to me. Kind of like he wanted it. Like you already know these people looking for you, that you have dissed in a diss song their loved ones, and you might even have something to do with their demise. And you don't think these people are going to try to find you. And he has had many times with you know death anyway, because he's been shot like within the, let's see, in 3 years from my understanding. He has been shot at before, but you know God gave him grace. Then he got shot in his foot with a rifle, had like a big old hole in his foot. And he was able to get to the hospital and was able to recover from that and not lose his foot. And after that he continued to do the same thing. You mean to tell me you had brushes with death and nothing phased you? That's how I know something wrong with these kids. I don't know if it's the drugs or what, but if I have a brush with death, it's gonna make me think a lot before I even do anything. So we're gonna check out. This is with 1090 Jake, and it's end of sentence, and I put his link in the chat. You guys sub up to him. This is where I get a lot of my hip hop news. So check him out. I'm gonna play a little bit of it.
Here in the parking lot behind me on McKinley and Fowler. What we have learned, and again, this is all very early in the
Hey, Miss Chicago.
investigation, is that two cars
Hey,
were
North.
shot at. 4 people were
John,
shot in
how are
total.
you?
As a result of this, were transported to hospitals, and one was pronounced deceased here on the scene.
26-year-old Charles Jonesville was shot and killed early in the morning on June 23rd, 2024. The Jacksonville rapper would become known for not only dissing the dead, but coming up with disses that would turn into TikToks. People only marked an A-roll, remains were found in the woods.
The murder of an 18-year-old Jacksonville man becomes the center of a nationwide TikTok trend.
Corbin got kidnapped. They found his Bones, he was right.
Johnson's mother, Melissa Jackson, reported her son missing in 2018. His remains found in a wooded area in 2019. His death ruled a murder. Over the past few weeks, Jackson received dozens of condolences from strangers on social media.
And I didn't understand where it was coming from.
She was surprised to learn the hashtag Where Corbin reached up to 3.9 million views on TikTok. The song used in the TikToks was released last year. It's called Beatbox Remix Bibby Flow by local rapper Julio Foolio.
Corbin got kidnapped. They found his bones. He was right.
Sources say.
So basically, Corbin was cool with, I believe, Young and Ace, the other rapper that there's a rival with, and he was basically mocking the fact that they found him in the woods, and basically he was wrapped up in plastic. He was wrapped up in plastic, and they didn't say if he was shot or if he was stabbed or anything. These kids are ruthless. And you see how I remember, well, I don't know about like in the 70s, but even in the early 90s, but in the early 80s, but I know like in the 90s, we had like like the Tupac and Biggie going at it, but like even before then, maybe I didn't hear a lot of this kind of a rap where it's just like they making fun of death, like I'm gonna take your life. Now tell me if I'm wrong. Now the only time I really heard that is when and it wasn't as bad as it's Tupac and Biggie situation, and even some a few others, but in NWA I didn't. Maybe I heard some there, but this here is extreme. Now y'all tell me if I'm a little off by this. And hey, let me speak to everybody that came through. Hey, Narcissus was good, and my boy Don, good to see you. Miss Chicago, Miss Shirley. Let's see who else. Larry, Black Ubiquity. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you guys. And if you have a channel, please put your channel in the uh comment section. And if somebody in the chat that has a channel, make sure you let us know so we can share your channel. Okay. It's about networking here. But let me ask y'all this question. Do y'all remember that like in the 90s too? I'm gonna say 90s, late 90s, even early 2000s, mid 2000s. Did y'all hear anything that was like this? Like you heard rap battles going back and forth, but you ain't never heard it to this point. you know. So I don't know. Like y'all tell me, because I don't remember anything like this. But yeah, the young man, I think he was 18, 17 or 18. He was the young man that I'm telling you about now that they found in the woods. He was on his way to a job interview at Amazon, and this is in Jacksonville, Florida, and where most of these people live. And they didn't find him, for almost a year or so. And then eventually the police found him. I don't know how. They maybe got a tip from somebody. I don't know.
Foolio is linked to a violent rap group named KTA. Other murder victims are mentioned in his songs.
Julio would remix Fantasia's When I See You as he rapped about rival Jacksonville rapper Young and Ace and the quadruple shooting that Ace barely survived after leaving a friend's birthday dinner.
Dante Bullard, known as Young and Ace, is the sole survivor of a quadruple shooting.
So that's the rival, Young and Ace. That's the rival with Foolio, and Young and Ace don't get along. It was a situation. They was at a birthday party. Young and Ace ended up getting shot multiple times, but he survived. But the other three people, like one of them was his brother, and I think the others were his friends, they did not survive.
not far from the St. John's Town Center. His three teenage friends, Trayvon Bullard, Royale Devons Jr., and Jacoby Deshad Grover, were killed. Police say the shooter or shooters pulled up in a car next to the victims at the 295 in Town Center Parkway stoplight before opening fire. Last night, we showed you one side.
Forgive me, I don't know why I'm having these interruptions, but guess
Of the Chevy sedan full of bullet holes. This is video from the survivor's Instagram, just hours before the attack. Action News Jack's law and safety expert Dale Carson tells me this activity on social media allows groups to more easily target each other.
They post stuff on Instagram or Facebook showing where they are.
Well, it was your brother's birthday. How old did he turn that day?
He had turned 18.
When I'm getting shot, I'm coming out the car. I'm out the car. I can hear him like, ugh. My little brother, 23, my best friend. He really on the ground, like calling me, like it's a picture. Somebody take a picture. It's a real picture. Like he reaching for me, like calling my name, like Keontae.
18-year-old Royal Smith, who went by the name 23, was the one celebrating his birthday, and the one Foolio would famously say he was smoking.
Went out to eat on his birthday. 4 shot, 3 dead in the worst way. Damn. He kept dissing on me. What happened? Now we smoking 23.
Things have now come back full circle as Foolio has been killed after celebrating his birthday on the 23rd day of the month. Foolio.
So he died on the 23rd of this month, which was, of course, June. So he just died, was it Sunday morning at 4 a.m. So he was making fun of this young man about being, I guess, dying on the 23rd, and he ended up dying on his birthday, which was the 23rd. You see how words are powerful. That's why I say there is life and death in the power in the power of the tongue. So you have to watch what you speak over your life, even if it's on somebody else's demise. Like, why do people think that's so okay to talk about people's deceased loved ones, whether that's their mama, their dad, their friends? Like, back then, I don't know if y'all can remember, but I don't remember people talking about people's dead loved ones and thinking that's funny. Like, you would really get smoked for that. But now they think it's so funny and creating all this diss music, and some people feel a way about it. You still got loved ones here that's left with the pain of their loved ones not being here. So you don't think they're gonna feel a certain kind of way? Like, people gonna feel a way about their dead loved ones. That's just what that is. And forgive me for the internet interruption. I got 5G, but it ain't acting like 5G.
Foolio had posted an Instagram on July 14th that he'd be in Tampa to celebrate his birthday on the 21st. And would even drop the name and address of the club. The very first comment on the post in Tampa, even showing the Airbnb he was staying at.
The pool party start today at 5, 6 o'clock. You got the address pull up. If you need the address, DM me right now. The pool party start at 5.
Hey, Tiz, thank you for subbing up. I really appreciate you for coming through. A new subby. I appreciate you. So he's already given his location, and then he made a flyer as well to let people know about the party. So do you think that he was on a suicide mission or something? Because I'm not sure why he thought that he was going to be okay. But some people are so arrogant, or they just so delusional to think that they are invincible, and anybody can be touched. That's why you need to watch what you say on this internet. You need to watch what you say on social media, because even if that person don't do it, you don't think they family not watching it? You don't think they family feeling away? Like, people need to really wake up. I don't know what time these people, well, I know that what time they on demon time. But you got people that's looking, they like, they gonna take up for their loved ones, even if their loved ones ain't here. It is not okay. It is not no trolling talking about people's loved ones, period. Especially when they deceased or living. Because living is just, to me, is just as important as the dead. So, and that's just my opinion on that. But I feel like this young man very misled, and I'm not gonna blame it on a single mother household, because there's some single mother raise damn good sons and daughters. It's always, you know some that don't choose the right path, but that could be with two parent home. So it just depends on the kid and what path they're gonna choose, because we all have free will.
6 o'clock. DM me for the address of DM Foolio booking
They
ESPN. I'm
couldn't
put it right here.
answer you.
We just got here, bro. You got to add it. You got to add it, man. Push up. We just got to this bit. Tampa, Florida, man. You got 5:30, man. We finna get everything right. Push up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, man. It's up.
7 hours later, Foolio would make his biggest mistake. Surrounded by females, Foolio would show he was drinking and would say he doesn't even drink. Already on the edge of carelessness, the alcohol would do nothing but calm Foolio's nerves, the same nerves that have kept him alive all this time.
Me drinking, cuz. I don't even drink, cuz.
He said he didn't even drink. So do y'all think that? I think some people, I'm gonna just be honest with you, some people that pretend to be tough and hard, and that they'll shoot up anybody or anybody's family. They can shoot up kids, adults, and all that. I think a lot of times these people they got so much evilness in them, but at the same time they got a lot of depression, and they just be on a mission, a S mission. And what I mean by that is, I'm gonna have to say, suicide. They can blot it out, I guess. But I think a lot of times these kids, and just in general, like even some adults, and he was an adult. I keep saying kid, but he's 26. But even though he's 26, he acts like a kid, reckless. But y'all think that some of these kids, like in adults, like they really be on like a suicide mission, because they do the stuff that they do. He doesn't drink, so all of a sudden he on his birthday wants to drink, and then he's telling the ops his location. Like I think it was something in that. A lot of times these people don't want to live. They are so depressed. Instead of them taking themselves out because they feel like a coward if they take themselves out, they'll let their ops take them out. And it's a warped kind of mindset, but it don't make sense. He don't drink, and all of a sudden he's drinking so he can, loosen up. Maybe he felt that something was gonna happen. Maybe he wanted something to happen. Maybe I'm thinking too hard into it, but to me, it doesn't make sense.
You supposed to have a chaser.
Appreciate everybody popping out for my birthday, you know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday.
Everybody got their shot, put their shot with the L, man. Okay. Everybody take this shit on 3, man. 1, 2, 3.
Another post would state the police shut down the Airbnb party. Foolio would thank everyone who showed up to celebrate, and then post himself walking up the stairs to Truth 18, an after-party lounge in the city.
We came deep and fuck for my birthday, man. Everybody coming out the stairs. No cap, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We deep as hell. We deep as hell. 20 deep. Lit everywhere we go.
He'd again post a flyer to the club. It was 4:40 in the morning when gunfire erupted in the parking lot of a Holiday Inn. The hotel was only 8 minutes away from the club and sat right across the street from the University of South Florida. Two cars would be hit, one left with multiple holes in the windshield. It looked as if they were pulling into the hotel looking for parking when they were ambushed. Clearly, whoever was with Foolio didn't know the city well, as anyone from Tampa knows the area around USF has always been dangerous and right down the street from the hood. But most likely they were drunk and just picked a cheap hotel close to their previous location. 4 people would be shot, and Fulio's girlfriend would later post to Twitter saying, "Y'all took my boyfriend from me. I hate y'all, and I won't be the only one crying." Back in 2020, Foolio was shot in Houston, Texas. Spinner Benz, Young and Ace, Whopper with the Chopper, and Fast Money Goon would drop one of the most viral diss songs in history, titled Who I Smoke. Lyrics within the song would seemingly hint at the Houston shooting, stating, "I told the rocket when I travel, I'm pistol packing in Houston. I was lurking on this page, I caught him lacking in Houston. We let off shots, you got shot and went live. I was thinking like, fuck, man, that bitch ain't died."
And that's cold blooded. Um, Ted said for sure he was tired. Yes, a lot of these people, a lot of these young men and women, they really be tired, and they do some of the reckless behavior, like this young man to escape it all. But you don't know where you're going after this. I don't know if people are so delusional in their mind, they think they do, maybe they think they just disappear and they're no more. I do believe in some afterlife. So and I don't know nothing about no third place, but I do like understand from my understanding, it's only one or two places you can go, and besides of course going to the ground. But I don't know what these people got, like how their thinking is, where they like, well, if I die, I just die. But there's a place after this where you go spiritually, your body, your spirit goes. That's what I believe. But everybody don't believe that. So I don't know if they think if they die that they're going to be at peace after you have, if you haven't, went out and physically harmed anybody. You may have gotten somebody else, another shooter, to do it, and you think that it's going to be well with you in the afterlife. you know I don't know how that kind of mindset is, but um a lot of these young people and people in general are really, sometimes I think, I don't know if they're ignorant towards it or what, or they're not aware, or they just don't care. And that's a bad place to be in your life if you don't care about nothing, if you don't care about living, if you don't care about nobody else. Like, that's a bad place to be. And unfortunately, I do believe this young man was tired, but instead of him moving away and getting his life together and changing his life, because he had a little money where he could, go somewhere and get away from his area and just change his whole life, or get into the process of changing his life. He just decided to stay where he was and continue with the foolery. And this is why I said we all have free will. A lot of times we try to blame God or believe the universe. Blame the universe. But to be honest with you, we make some of the choices that take us in one direction or the other. So, and sometimes, the direction is destruction.
Bitch nigga shot me but didn't kill me. On Kendrick. You fucking stupid.
Foolio would be grazed in
Instead of him being thankful, he's taunting the people that he feel like had a hand in trying to take his life.
a drive-by shootout a year later in 2021, where he'd yet again go live, mocking the shooters, saying they missed 100 shots.
Hey, stop saying on the police poster. Listen, I turn it down. Yeah. Listen. On trading my
Hey,
gun
Amber.
and register, I shot back in self-defense. Y'all dumb. I shot back in self-defense. You know what I'm saying? If I did something illegal, I would be in jail. The police put me in the back of the car, type of shit. Nigga did miss a whole 100 shots though. You know, they sick right now. Whoever did it, they sick. One nigga. Nigga had 2 choppers, 1 me. I'm blowing back. I'm trading.
In 2023, Foolio would be ambushed early in the morning, driving himself to the hospital after his car was lit up, and a viral picture made its way to social media of the hole left in his foot after being shot by a rifle. Bones would be blown out, and Foolio would do an interview with Say Cheese, speaking on what happened with pins in his foot. It was no secret people wanted him dead, and it's hard to find sympathy knowing all the dead he dissed throughout his career.
Yeah, he dissed a lot of dead people on the other side, and just, you know, and thought it was funny. And this is off the subject. What is this a Florida thing, like where they had their hair like that? Because that is so unattractive with them dreads. I don't know what that's about, but I guess it's a Florida thing that these people do. But that, like I said, that was off the subject. Another scripture I hear about is Proverbs 21:23. Watch your tongue and keep your mouth shut, and you will stay out of trouble. And that goes in a lot of different situations. Especially when it's things like that, mocking people's dead, deceased loved ones, and or just mocking people's loved ones, or whatever. It's just sometimes some things could be avoided if you would learn to be quiet. What's up, Stu Fu? Link after you get through your content. Okay. Hey Amber, I hope I spoke to you. But yeah, it's like you looking for trouble, right? CC, it's you looking for trouble when you put yourself out there. Those caliber slugs remove limbs. Oh, they do, Mark, Matthew. Yeah, I'm like, he was blessed either way, because that's why I was just like, number one, you're not dead. Number two, your foot is, went into recovery. So it's not like he lost his foot, which he could have. And my thing is, he was still doing the same thing. It's kind of like people really are enemy of themselves. Have you ever seen people that they get in their own way? And this is what I see in society today. I feel like a lot of times people get in their own way. They're their own enemy. It's not the people outside. Sometimes it's the people that look, it's the person that is in the mirror. And this young man had potential, to do other things. He seemed like he was talented, and he seemed like he had some things, that he could have turned in another direction. But instead, he kept on going down the wrong path. It's almost like he wanted to go that way. No different from King Von. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Channel 4 was, I was saying, with the King Von and FBG Duck. Both of them had potential, but they were rival gangs, and I think at one point FBG wanted to make peace. He didn't want to keep doing, because it was too many people that he loved around him that was dying. And he tried to make peace with King Von. King Von was like, forget that. Like, let the show go on, and unfortunately 2 talented young men, life was gone. You know what I'm saying? And all of it could have been avoided. Like, I just don't understand. You said my son and my dad and husband have passed. So I have never I've never have a heart to speak on someone else loved one. Right. And my condolences to you, sweetie. That is horrible. Um, your son, husband and dad, my God. Yeah, my condolences are with you. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? You see, that's why I'm saying people now don't have a heart. They don't have the simple empathy and sympathy of another human being. It's like, if I don't like you, whatever. And I get it. Some people can get you that way, especially people that keep poking the bear. Hey, Roy Lee, keep poking the bear, and you just like, well, you just go away. You know what I'm saying? But you just, of course, you don't want anybody to actually pass, and but sometimes we say things, but sometimes people do get on your nerves, but not to the point you want their death, but and actually go through with it. That's the thing, actually go through with it. And we, like I said, we all have to be accountable of the things we say, including me. Because at that time when you heated and you mad, you been unsaid anything. I'm gonna play another live, not another live, but another video. I was looking at. We can agree to disagree there. What do you mean, Channel Forbes? I mean, yeah, some people do. They do a little too much. You be like, wow, this is crazy. You just want them to go away somewhere. Now, this was an interesting video that I saw. You said keep the same energy. Sadly, I'm petty. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. This guy, he is now when you look at him, he look like a flower child. When his name is Brandon Buckingham. Very interesting. And when I saw this interview that he did with some of the people in Jacksonville, Florida, I thought it was pretty interesting. And the reason why, he's a Caucasian guy, like I said, look like a flower child, a nerd, and he decided to go. He goes into different neighborhoods that's considered some of the worst hoods around, around the states, and he interviews people in the community. And I really liked some of the people he interviewed, and I want you to see what the kids and some of the people in that lived in the same apartment complex area that Julio Foolio lived in. Let's see.
To death. Shot.
Gunshots.
I heard 6 gunshots.
In Jacksonville, Florida, one of the deadliest beefs in hip-hop history is going on right now. Young and Ace, who represents the gang ATK, is at war with Foolio, who represents the gang KTA. Both rappers have lost well over a dozen close friends and family members.
Did y'all see the gang? I'm gonna go back to it.
In Jacksonville, Florida, one of the deadliest beefs in hip-hop history is going on right now. Young and Ace, who represents the gang ATK.
So the ATK, that's the Young and Ace. That's Ace Top Killers. That's the name of the gang in Jacksonville, Florida. Now I'm gonna show you the other name. You see this, Ace Top Killers? It's all about killing. It's all about killing. They ain't trying to bring unity to their community. They not trying to be young men that come together, get over their differences and trying to help their community. But instead, they trying to bring more deaths, more violence, more drugs, more destruction in their community, instead of them trying to either leave each other alone or come together and help their community. Let me show you the other gang name. Now, this is the other rapper, Ace Top Killer, which is ATK.
is at war with Foolio, who represents the gang KTA.
KTA means kill them all. That's the gang that Julio Foolio was in, kill them all. So you got the Ace Top Killers and kill them all. Now, words say a lot. Let's go.
Both rappers have lost well over a dozen close friends and family members to murders carried out by the opposing gang, with one victim being as young as 22 months old. After someone in the rival crew is killed, the opposing gang will take credit for it in their lyrics, talking about how they're smoking on them and frequently disrespecting the dead. This feud was recently popularized by Young and Ace's song Who I Smoke that has racked up 25 million views in 2 months. In the chorus of this song, Young and Ace sings that he is smoking on Bibby, Tiki, and Lil Nine, all of which are rival KTA members that have been murdered. The 16-year-old Bibby was a close friend of Foolio, who
KTA is that they were members of that gang. So that's Julio Foolio's gang.
was allegedly murdered at close range by ATK member Queso. Queso has openly bragged about the death of Bibby, even going as far as to post a photo of his dead body with the caption, "Spit on this." In his song Queso Bitch, he repeatedly states he is smoking on Bibby throughout the chorus and the verses, and also mentions that Bibby had a closed casket, like it's a good thing. Queso has frequently been seen wearing a Bibby jersey to further mock the death of the young man. Foolio responded to Who I Smoke with the song When I See You. In the music video for the song, Foolio can be seen at a graveyard with a printout of 3 young men. One of them is Young and Ace's blood brother, Quan Quan, aka 2 Times.
That's Young and Ace brother, the young man that has a problem with Julio Foolio, and that's, I guess, his oldest brother.
As well as his best friends, 23 and Kobe, aka 4. All 3 were shot and murdered back in 2018 while driving in a car with Young and Ace on 23's birthday. Foolio mocks their death in the lyrics of the song multiple times, and at the end of the song, he says, "Happy birthday, 23. Blow your candles out. Dead bitch." On the night of the shooting, Foolio thought that Young and Ace had died with his 3 friends, and he took to Instagram to post this story.
Boy lost the Fortnite match. Took up.
Fortnite match is a video game. You see how they think that this world is a video game? This is real life. When people die, they don't, most of the time, 99.9% of the time, don't come back. They think this is a game. This is not no game. This is real life.
Cold summer alert, man. 2 3-pack, man. Ace pack, bitch.
I can only imagine how these killings and shootings affect the surrounding area and the community that they live in. Young and Ace and Queso are from the west side of Jacksonville, with the area surrounding Melvin Park being a hotspot for ATK activity, while Foolio is from the north side of Jacksonville, with Moncrief Road and the Hilltop Village Apartments being a hotspot for KTA activity. I found out about this whole situation in the videos Demons of Duval County by Trap Geek and Jacksonville's Deadly Gang War by Traplore Ross, 2 videos I highly recommend watching for background information on this beef. But after learning about what is undeniably one of the most disrespectful and violent hip-hop beefs in history, I started to get curious about what the people that live in these gang territories think about the feud, and also what life is like in these areas of Jacksonville, Florida. So I decided to fly all the way out to Jacksonville, Florida to see what the people of the town thought about this whole situation.
You gotta have a gun out here. If you ain't got no gun out here, you're a fool.
I'm a fool then, bro.
You need a gun, bro. This spot right here, it's a lot.
Now, no offense, but he stick out like a sore thumb to me. So he definitely should have been strapped up.
A lot of shootouts right here. I witnessed a lot of shootouts right here. So just even sitting in my car sometimes, I be paranoid, thinking somebody come up behind me, rob me, or whatever.
It's crazy because like someone there.
Have y'all seen people get shot?
We mostly hear shooting every day. Like
You hear gunshots every day?
it's like you get used to it. You don't even have to duck down no more. You just like it's shooting. Wow.
My dad.
Now pay attention to the young lady in the red shirt. Highly intelligent, and she can articulate exactly what's going on in her neighborhood and what's going on. So I want y'all to pay attention to that.
Dad, I've seen 2 people die at this corner store.
Been killed right here.
Yeah.
Talking about 2 people died at this corner store and he's laughing. That's weird. But a lot of people, especially in the hood, you become really desensitized to a lot of the stuff that you see. Like I can hear gunshots and it's like nothing, you know. For some people, if they hear gunshots, they hitting the floor. You know what I'm saying? Which would probably be the wisest thing to do. But when you're used to it, you become desensitized and you understand, and you move accordingly.
Yeah, ain't nothing to brag about, man.
Yeah.
But
Would you say gun violence is pretty bad out here in Jacksonville?
I say gun violence pretty bad, man. And they're reckless with it, man. They ain't just shooting no 6 shots. The 30-round clips ain't hitting nothing. Just cold getting away. They would jack you for your camera, man. Seeing you out here trying to do something with yourself and get on YouTube and you're out here working, they're gonna take it from you.
You're hip to the whole like ATK versus KTA thing?
Yeah. I know what's going on with that. Yeah. I mean, they ain't hiding shit. It's big.
Are you down with the either crew really?
No, I like both. Actually, I like both of their music coming out of both of them. I wish they would come together and try and get some work done to promote, you know, less violence. Like bodies dropping like left and right.
Ace or Foolio, like they just need to both talk to each other, have a sit down, talk like a man, because they're getting older. They shouldn't even have to buck it out. They already did so much damage to each other.
Well, everyone talks about rappers are fake, but when they're actually real for once, then you see how nasty.
This is a child that got enough sense. This is a child that can let y'all know that she has so much sense. She was like, they could really be men and come together, or just decide to leave each other alone. But like I keep telling you, you have these petty, you have these immature people that are miserable in their own lives, and instead of them trying to be like, look, you don't talk about me, you don't mess with none of my folks, I won't mess with you, hey, and we can call it a day. These folks out here, they don't want peace. They don't want peace. They just want confusion. They just want more violence. They just want more and more just chaos. That's all they want. They don't want to come together. They don't want to, they're not tired of the same stuff that they're doing. And they're so desensitized to the point to where it's scary, because it's people that they love dying around them, and they just like, oh, well, you know, I'm sad for a few minutes. I'm sad. Let me pour some alcohol on the ground, you know. Let me you know, get a t-shirt with my homie's name on there to represent. But after that, they going and killing somebody else's loved one, and they think nothing of it. This is an ongoing cycle that is really it's going to be damaging to a lot of communities, especially Black communities. You don't hear too much of this you hear of, you know, some things that don't hit the news in some of the more suburban areas. Like there's still a lot going on in suburban areas too. You know, it's killings going on there as well. But the inner city and the hoods that some of these people live in, it's like a cesspool of violence, a cesspool of people that's just on demon time. And it's just like everybody trying to survive for their life, but at the same time, they are causing some of the chaos. It's kind of weird. Like, it's hard for me to articulate what I'm trying to say, but I hope y'all are following me. Let me play a little bit more of this interview.
You can really get
right, and that shit is getting real nasty. Like Queso looking at what? Death penalty? Queso. Is it worth it at the end of the day to please the viewers online?
Right.
I don't think so. The public want the rappers to be real, unquote. If you ain't did it, then you not real. You know what I'm saying? But anybody can be real. Shit. Anybody can shoot a gun. People they need somebody to listen to that's on the right path. You know, a lot of people think that ain't cool, but at the end of the day, like, you know, what's cool compared to a life, you know?
What would you guys want to say to Young and Ace, if you could say something to him?
Quit the violence. my mom, know your mom. Just quit the violence. Like, we don't want to get into this, and especially when we live close to your block. That's not real good. And also, I feel like y'all need to stop all this violence talking about each other's dead relatives. Because I know in some part of your heart you feel messed up. Just how I said I wasn't on no side. Like when I heard them talk about how baby got on the floor and he was crawling, screaming, "Please don't shoot me." It was sad because you laughed at it like it was a joke. Yep. Death is not a joke. Death is something you don't want to play with. Because when you die, you're gone. Let me tell you somewhere to go at. Go on Moncrief Road on the north side. They got so much shootings, bro. That's exactly. Baby got killed in 45th Street in Hilltop. If you go to Hilltop, you gonna find somewhere. Cause
We're gonna go to Hilltop Apartments right now.
You for real? Don't. I won't do that.
We're here at Hilltop.
The little boy said, "Don't do that." That's kind of funny. But you see how wise these kids are, and these are little kids, and I hope that they can find somebody that can mentor them and get them out of the hood, get them out of this area, and help them to maybe get a trade or go to some type of school to better themselves. And because the young people that I heard just speaking, they actually have not only common sense, you know what I'm saying? Of course they're gonna have street sense because they're in that area, but they have some wisdom, they have knowledge that this behavior is going to lead them down a destruction. And they don't understand why these two gangs can't just either leave each other alone like grown men, or either come together and help the community instead of dead bodies just dropping. Like even kids got enough sense. And that's why it's sad if kids got more sense than adults. To me, adults should be teaching kids how to act, how to be. You got kids telling the grown people, "Hey, why y'all can't just stop? Why y'all can't just get it together? Why y'all just can't come together? Like, we don't want this in our community. We want to feel safe in our community. We want to be able to walk down the street and not have worry about a drive-by." Like recently, like I showed you recently through this video, it was a 2-year-old that got killed in all of this rivalry. Like, is it ever enough for people? So each side is gonna kill they ops. After a while, it's gonna be a lack of young Black men in the community because they're killing each other. It's really kind of disheartening, to be honest with you. I don't see how people can stomach this. Like, and the music. Hey, Just Saying, how are you? The music is insane. Like, it is so insane, man. I'm gonna, what you say, Matthew, you said this country has more mass killings in the last year, 4 killings or more, over 600 incidents. Wow. I'm gonna look at the statistics as well. You say, Amber says, if you understand who they really are, that they will not be doing the things that they are doing, trying to prove to be something. Right. You don't have to kill somebody. You know, I say for me, I would only do that unless I feel like my life is in danger. If my life is in danger and to the point to where it's something that I have to really take out my weapon, then hey, Tamika, it is what it is. But just to do it just because I don't like a person, like, I think I would really have to feel like my life is in danger. You know, so these folks here, it don't take nothing. Instead of them fighting, like, you know, with their fist, all they want to do is prove, you know, to, I guess, satisfy their ego that they the, you know, the big man, that they the big bad wolf, you know, in their hood or whatever. I'm gonna share something else with you. Let me put this, put my link in the chat. And if I don't know you and you've never hit my panel, you might have to come up because more than likely you will have to come up. And this is no shade. It's just that I have to be very aware of people trying to come in here with their foolishness. Um, I'm gonna put the link in the chat to share another video. And guns in the pen, right? Well, I don't know, Matthew, because they getting a lot of some of these prisoners be having they be having some hookups, and they can get a lot of stuff in prison that you wouldn't think, like phones and drugs and things like that. So I wouldn't put it past nobody. I'm gonna be honest with you. What's up, Channel Forbes? What's good?
What's up, my dear? Happy Monday to everybody tuned in. Glad to see y'all back. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope y'all kept out of the screwy and the troubles. I'm trying to keep it clean this time. Okay, I'm remembering your rules this time. Okay, so you know what I mean? So
oh yeah, I understand. What's popping? What you have to add to this?
Man, so I don't know if you knew about that comment, because you actually had the comment posted up that they were like a lot of them, they were cousins. Like they are literally I don't know if you caught that portion of the story. If you actually go and you look through the Trap Lord Rosses and the other guy that they mentioned, they're cousins. Like they actually related. They're literally getting on Instagram Live. This is what actually kills me. Y'all on Instagram Live talking about, oh yeah, let's go play GTA. You're going to the gas station right now? Yeah, let's play GTA. After someone gets shot up and killed, and everything is all being investigated. Remember, you are putting this on a public platform that is fully investigated by all the three letter men. And then as soon as someone gets locked up, free my bro. How about stop getting captured? How about stop doing this dumb stuff? How about this? What bugs me out about that video you just played? You mean to tell me that these are grown men, quote unquote? Their boss says they got money. They talk about who broke and who ain't this and who ain't that. And these kids could articulate a sentence better than you.
Exactly. I thought it was amazing.
Come on, man.
Can't nobody tell me it ain't no good things going on in the hood. You got some young men and women that have had hard lives, but they choose to go another direction. And I hope and pray that they continue, that somebody will be able to mentor them so they can keep going in the right direction. Because you see how intelligent they had a conversation with this man. Like, that's amazing. And thank you, Russell. I appreciate that. He said, so you finally apologized. Well, it's about time. I thought I was going to have to come to Highland Hills and Oak Cliff and find you and bring my belt for your midget ass. Respect and much love. See you at Rudy's real soon. Thank you, Russell. Yeah, but that was crazy. It was amazing how they could articulate themselves, to be honest with you.
They were for sentences. They were like, Jesus Christ. They sounded like that they were already graduated. Like, what are we talking about here?
Exactly. Roy Lee, is that you? Okay. Roy Lee?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, Stufu, is that you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it is.
What's up, gentlemen?
Have to make sure. What you have to add
What
to
up?
this?
What up? No, what I was gonna say is those kids need to be protected at all costs. They surely did show an example for adults that act more immature in their life and in their life experiences than they've seen at, I don't know, 11 to 12 years old, however old they were. They have more sense and sensibility and empathy for life and for the value of life and for the preservation of us as Black people
Exactly.
than most people show. And what I was gonna say, like Selena, beautiful, thick, full body lady, you know, we were both special need teachers. I remember 15 years ago, when I first started, I worked with this beautiful Black child that had an anger issue, and he loved Chief Keef, and he
Oh yeah, I
wanted,
do.
yeah, well, and I'm at a middle school, and he wanted nothing more to prove that he was hard, that he was street,
Yeah.
and he just loved and played Chief Keef all the time. And I made the dumb mistake. I made the mistake of trying to the value the rapper instead of just talking to him about seeing the difference between art, entertainment, and real life.
Yes,
And
that's true.
so I would used to trash the rapper that he was listening to, not thinking about my dad trashing me about listening to Tupac, and
Yeah.
how I just let that go in one ear and out the other.
Well, here's another thing you could have pointed out here too, right? Because you've been an educator. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
you notice Chief Keef the so. And by the way, thank you for being an educator, man, because that takes a lot of time, patience, and a lot of emotional stress. So I mean, I thank you for actually having that mental fortitude, man.
Yes,
That
sir.
nobody.
And I made a mistake. I realized I made a mistake. Go
Nah,
ahead.
nah, but I salute you for that. So I wanted to salute you for that first and foremost. You know what I mean? Also, Chief Keef moved out of Chicago.
Exactly. I was waiting on that too.
Roy Lee, my guy. There you go. Pick the
Yeah,
baton.
he just finally came back 15 years later.
Talk to him.
Well, Stufu, were you finished, or you were still wanting to? You had other things you want to talk about?
Well, the thing about it is, these young people, they capture our hearts, but we've got to. I think everything comes up through the household. Everything
Right.
begins at home, and it begins with your parents and the structure of the parents and rules, boundaries, and education and knowledgeability and what your parents instill at you. Like you can
Mhm.
still play video games that, have some violence. You can still listen to some rap or whatever. But if your mom and dad don't want you to cuss or don't want you to do certain things, and they reinforce it, and discipline you consistently when you step outside those boundaries,
Mhm.
it will initially get into your head. Um,
Right.
I just just us having this shared history of having a shared uh profession. It was weird for me that I was getting more, like I got more acceptance and respect from the white boys that I worked with that was on my special ed caseload than the black boys.
Mhm.
And I didn't have to talk to these white boys or white kids as much. But for this one particular kid that I was really trying to save,
Mhm.
I bought Thanksgiving. I bought Thanksgiving. I bought him clothes. I did Christmas out of my own pocket that was never reimbursed, or through the school system or through my taxes. I
Mhm.
did that just straight out of love. Like I came into this situation. I came from a street environment, but was a nerd, and I just wanted to find a way to give back to my own people. And it was certain kids that I tried to reach that didn't. When I first got into education, they didn't see it until 10, 15 years later. But it was other kids that I didn't work with as much, that were of other ethnicities or whatever, that kind of caught on to it immediately. And I don't know
Mhm.
why that is about our people.
Mm. I have no idea either. It's amazing. It's like we hate each other. And thank you so much, Gamma. I appreciate you and Russell. Um,
That's
Roy Lee,
interesting.
do you want to add to that?
Talking about as far as Fulio?
No,
Well,
just
yeah,
whatever you want to add.
with his situation, because that happened like 10 to 15 minutes away from where I live at, and I drove past it on the way home and didn't realize it was Foolio at the time until later on in the day. But I mean, they riddled him up bad. But he
Uh-huh.
it's people who he had been shot twice before, and his behavior got worse every time something happened to him. I mean,
Right.
it's not like you could say he was at some point he was just pretty much taunting death a lot of the times. His antics pretty much got him where he at, and a lot of people think that it's involved with that Jacksonville stuff, but being in Tampa as long as I have too, I highly doubt it had anything to do with that, because there's a lot of people in Tampa even that knew he had an 80K bounty on his head, and he kept dropping his location every single place around. And he's like a lot of typical tourists where they think because where he got killed at is like walking range. It's where it's a hole in the wall hotel where a lot of people who visiting Busch Gardens and Adventure Island is walking range. So they think because they're right there near these big theme parks that it's a safe space when it's really not. You only minutes away from the hood. So a lot of jack boys and stuff, they look for opportunities at them hotels and stuff. And he just
Right.
being so flashy, he pretty much made himself a target.
Do you think it was a suicide mission?
Suicide mission for him. I mean, yeah, pretty
Yes.
much. Yeah, and whether he got kicked out of the Airbnb or not, he kept posting his location in Tampa. That it ain't a place to be playing them type of games. And especially, like I said,
Yes.
everybody in Florida, almost in the northern or in central and North Florida, who familiar with Fulio, know he got a bounty on his head.
Right.
Right. And not only that, like he kept making music where he would describe the ops that he had. And for him to post a location, see, that's the thing I don't get about. But see that young, like he
You would
26
think
years
after
old.
Pop Smoke that they would have learned that to stop doing that. Like you supposed to
You would
post the
you would
location
think,
after they left.
yeah, right. You would think so. But these young kids, I don't know, man.
It's the it
26.
can't happen to me. It's the it can't happen to me mentality
Yeah.
until it do happen to him. And he's
Right,
like
big headed, big ego, trying to get some women to come out and pop up with him. I mean,
yep.
in that
Uh,
sense, you can see where he was coming from, but at the same time, like, why would you do that when you put out music and made comments that pissed off a lot of people?
Right.
mhm. And not even just them, even Chief Keef. A lot of these kids now they mix the disrespect and trolling with that, cause that smoking on so and so packs. Fulio was always heavy on that, but he was trolling with it. Like people don't take that type of disrespect as trolling, and that's what he was. Cause if you watch some of his videos, he was real disrespectful towards his dead ops and stuff like. But you could see that it's in a trolling way because he'd be laughing. He's not in a serious, oh I smoked your boy and all that. It's more he
Nah,
was
he's literally
smiling.
describing how they
Yeah,
died.
yeah, exactly. But he's smiling with it too. Like he not even just his videos, but a lot of his Instagram and Twitter stuff. It was a lot of trolling involved with it.
Right,
Mm.
but that jokingly nature that could make it even worse for
Yeah,
the
exactly.
victims
It
or
motivates
the
the
for the
person. Yeah,
ops. Yeah,
yeah,
for all
exactly. It
their
gives them more
families of people.
motivation.
That's
You're
throwing salt
right.
on the wound. That's throwing salt and hot sauce on that wound, bro. It's like you literally stirring up the hornet's nest. It's like, and for some reason for them it's entertainment, which I find it's kind of disturbing for me. Like
Right.
you have that kind of time and energy, Jesus Christ.
Let me say this. Hey John John. Hey, who else came in? Hey Sassy, how are you? Thank you for joining us. We're talking about rapper Julio and Young and Ace and just what's going on in some of these communities in these hoods, with the violence and everything. Okay, thank you, Gamma, for coming through. I appreciate you for your membership, gifting someone. I
And
really appreciate that. Go ahead,
and you
Roy.
would
Hey,
think
so
after
Selena.
after oh I'll say you would think after hearing that Fulio died that it would change something. Nope. And Young and Ace must have had you could tell he had a song and a video on that just waiting for this day to come that he died, because not even hours after he died, he dropped a diss track with a music video to it.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
So I
Well,
mean, he had that in the
nowadays we're
chamber.
in we're in clout culture.
Yep.
It's a clout culture more so than an informational lift up ourselves type of culture.
Right. Hey Matthew, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, what's up, Selena? Shout out to the panel.
What's
And
up? What's
shout
up?
out
What's
to
up?
you. Thank you for
Bless,
joining the
bless,
panel. What you have to
bless.
ask?
Salute.
Uh-huh.
You can go ahead and speak, Matthew.
Oh shit, man. All I can say is this, man. It's a cold world we live in, and once you jump that gate, there ain't no turning back. Cause
Right.
once you in that light, it's crazy. You can't change up or switch up, because if you do, your partners are gonna trip on you first. The same motherfuckers that you ride with and die with, they gonna trip on you first as soon as you have steps.
Right.
That's the cold part about the streets. The streets undefeated for a reason. We have so many stories about situations, rappers. We ain't talking about rappers, but rappers, musicians, real street soldiers. And they already know what they signed up for. All it's gonna cause is the penitentiary or the casket. That's it. There's no way around it, and it's only a few that survived it. And my thing is this, man. To the kids growing up, man, stay out the streets, man. Get a
Exactly.
motherfucking, get a job, get a trade, go into the military. Shit, I wish I would have joined the military. Shit, there ain't no motherfucking accolades on the street. Ain't no
Exactly.
retirement. Ain't no motherfucking
The block, the block don't come with a 401k plan, bro.
That part, man.
And one thing that's changed, but I remember the old heads say that don't apply no more is say somebody like Fulio or somebody they saw potential in that this person can make it out here. The neighborhood gonna make sure that they don't get involved in no trouble. Not no more. It's the kids you could see the kid got potential and stuff, and they just still enable to nobody comes and mentor him and offer him a way out of that whatever he's surrounded by. So it's kind of like yep.
Prevention comes from within, man. And if you in the neighborhood that's salty as a motherfucker, like where I stay at right now, I'm in the salty ass.
Exactly. Yep.
Kids are dropping like a motherfucker. I'm trying to reach out to cats, but how can I reach out to a cat that ain't on the level as me? It's all about social media.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because that actually goes along with the poll. Is the violence more prevalent now than in the 80s and the 90s? At first, I wanted to say no, it was pretty much dead even. I think it's even more now because the reach of the internet has spanned way further on across the world now, right?
Right.
And especially now. Back in those days, when that violence happened, ain't nobody was out there with a goddamn camera. Nobody was jumping on the horn. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Channel Forbes, let me read this right quick and then you can finish. The blogger, thank you for coming through, says they already have the suspects. Tampa police is working with Jacksonville sheriff officers. Average feds and the ATF are having a news press now. Okay, it's linked to the Jacksonville ATK Young and Ace crew. That's what the blogger said. So and I knew it had to do something with that, because it just, these people be telling it on themselves. And I'm gonna share with you a reaction of the video that Young and Ace did exactly, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours after Julio Foolio was killed, and I'm going to share with you the video. Hey John, how are you?
Hey Selena, what's up, panel? How y'all doing?
John Show, what up?
Hey, my boy John, bro.
Yeah.
So finish saying what you were saying, Channel 4.
Oh no, I was done. I was leaving that as an open-ended statement for everybody to chime in. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
I didn't catch that last
Dun-
part.
no, we were just talking about the Julio, was it Julio Foolio and Young and Ace and the situation with that. So that's what we're talking
Oh
about.
yeah, I was watching. I was watching while I was driving, but I want to say that like I wouldn't. I don't listen to this type of music. Like all this diss. If I hear you dissing dead folks, I'm not about to listen to none of your music. So I don't know nothing about they music right now. But this is very interesting to hear the backstory of
John
what's
Cell
going on and
100.
how all this stuff happened. But like I said, if I hear you talking about you dissing dead folks and all that shit, I'm not really for that. I'm not about to listen to you.
Well,
Okay.
in Florida, that's pretty much the next wave of artists. Pretty much, you gonna hear it, even if you don't want to hear it. I'm talking about in Florida. Is you gonna hear the Jits? The Jits gonna be blasting it in the car. So it's like no matter where I'm at, I hear a lot of it, and that's how I ended up knowing most of it too, because I don't listen to it, but I can still word for word some stuff just based off of hearing it so much.
Hell yeah, if it's local, you gonna hear that shit. It's
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ain't
and
about
that's
to
yep,
avoid that shit.
definitely.
That's
You hear me?
exactly.
Well, I think if this happens a couple of more times, it's gonna be the end of. And not to say that
Drill.
Julio was a quote unquote drill artist, but I think that type of sound or production where you're just going back and forth at ops and wishing death on people instead of providing a type of content or lyricism that is trying to connect, uplift, and proliferate our people, that's gonna die down soon. Well,
So
I hope
you
so.
don't
But
believe a
but
lot of
but the
these
power,
labels push
the
that type of.
people in power may not let that happen, but it's
I
gotta
was about to
happen.
say that. Yeah, I was about to say that a lot of these labels push that type of music.
Yeah,
That
and
part.
we subconsciously
Yeah.
like that shit. If we don't know what they talking about, that shit sound hard.
You're
But once
right.
you start breaking that shit down, you like, oh shit, that's what I'm saying. But
Hey, quick example. Remember Nelly came out with Country Grammar?
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all remember? I'm going down, baby.
Down,
Yo,
baby.
speed
The
in the
street
Range Rover,
the
street
street
sweeper
sweeper
red.
thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey,
Was
hey,
that a subliminal? Was that a diss?
and motherfuckers are dancing to that shit, and it's good music. But at the end of the day, is it really though? What does it promote, man? What is it
Mhm.
promote? Negativity, man.
Exactly. And if we really look at some of these musical artists,
that shit
they
crazy.
are backed by people that do not look like us, that do not live in our community, but they are promoting basically people bringing poison in our community, and that is sometimes some of the music that we hear
And you
because
hear
it
stories about the record labels putting life insurance policies on the rapper.
right.
Yeah,
The rapper worth more dead to them, dead than alive to them.
that's
Yeah.
scary.
Just think about this young man. Like who that's really into the drill music would actually know about him. He's worth more dead to these to the music executives
To the
than he
rec.
is
Yep.
alive.
Then he's worth alive.
Yep.
So
Hell
Yeah,
yeah, he
he
about to
his,
get
his net worth
nationwide
is $1 million.
coverage.
His net worth is $1 million.
yep,
But
Yep.
to
His
the labels,
Spotify
though,
streams gonna go up.
his
Right.
views
They
gonna
Oh,
about to
go
oh,
listen
of
to
up.
all
course,
that shit.
because you could be the biggest thing in your city, but once you die, you're the biggest thing in the blogs. And
Exactly.
then once you're the
Yep.
biggest thing in the blogs after you died in your music and your catalog or whatever wasn't released,
Yeah, people who
then
ain't
that's
never
just
listened to him
gonna,
gonna go back and listen to some of his shit.
yep, that's gonna add more value and capital to the people that signed you and not to your family, your legacy, and your people.
Hey,
hmm
Girl Tech. Girl Tech said it's just blacks killing blacks. Sad to say, this is not going to end at the end of the day. We are the biggest promoters about this kind of music. Correct, Girl Tech. I agree with that. And I'm going to go ahead and play this. And this is by Manic.
Young and Age.
Uh,
Oh,
I think it's City or CITV. So it's Manic CI TV. You guys check him out. I was looking at his reaction to the video that was done shortly after Julio Foolio was killed. Let me play it right quick.
Julio Foolio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I say it's Julio. It's Julio Julio?
Julio Foolio.
I was waiting for it to say Julio
Julio.
Iglesias.
Hey, the J is shining, right?
Yeah. I had
Yeah,
it right at
you
first,
too
but I
fine
got
for us to correct you.
thank you. All right. Saying like he playing Madden. This is not no video game. They keep referring back to video games because I think that's how they see a real life. That's how they see real life.
They got a bite on this, been through it. Fuck. I don't even call him by his name. I call him niggas little do it. I told him do it. I ain't sparing shit at his own side if we into it.
Okay, hold on. I ain't sparing shit his own side if we into it. Listen, man. Listen. I already know. Listen, bro, the song been recorded. The visuals been shot. The visuals been recorded, bro. Visuals been here. Bro, this right here, I ain't gonna count with y'all. Bro, this is a chess move. I'm not even gonna lie. This is a chess move from
He
Ace.
said, if your kid is
Damn
around,
it,
just do
man.
it. If your mom's around, just do it. That's crazy.
Shit pressure. This shit pressure, boy.
Do it.
He went his book.
See, I'm gonna stop it right there. If y'all want to go listen to it, y'all can. But basically, this Negro here, Young and Ace, he like, I don't care, just do it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That
he
is
know he know he
crazy.
got it coming now.
Got a lot of
What's that name
psychopaths.
though? Selena though. Hey, what's the moniker? Just do it. Nike.
Nike.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's
Is he
crazy.
signing Nike?
What'd you say?
I don't know, but when I think of just do it, I think of Nike. But I used to be a
Yeah.
baller.
Yeah.
I used to be a baller.
See, that
So,
shit go, but that shit fucked up. But that shit go
Thank you,
though.
Nark. Yeah, but this is the world that we live in now. A lot of like psychopaths just going around here thinking that they don't care nothing about life or death. They just do, like you said, just do it. And that's really sad. So y'all
That's
can
because
keep talking.
a lot of gangsters they act off emotions. That's why they killing, because they moving their emotion of anger instead of logics having conversation and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, let me push back on that just a little bit. You right. A
For
lot of
sure.
gangsters do. It's okay. So most of these rappers are just poets. They're just poets rapping poems on beats. Uh, and a lot of them aren't even telling their real life experience. They're telling experiences they seen secondhand, third hand through their cousins, brothers, this, that, and the third. And they got pushed and elevated up.
I'd agree with that for a vast majority of the flock.
For a lot of them. But the thing is, like you said, like real gangsters, real people that done killed people or done been out in these streets and done some things, they don't share what they done with a lot of people. They don't share that with the world.
Unless they go on Vlad TV.
I'm about to say that's
You know.
them old school gangsters. We
I was
talking about
about to
some
say
new
Vlad
school.
TV. Yeah, a lot of those victims are
Oh,
old, pretty much, and yeah.
well, true that. But just I don't know, man. It's just
Like
It's
they
a
itching to get caught.
I think we can all agree. I think we can all definitely agree. to this unanimously. This is a disturbing time that we are looking at as far as the hip hop culture is concerned.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right. Very
Yeah,
disturbing.
but you would think at some point we'll realize as a race, like they're beefing a lot of these start off of being, being born in two different areas where neither one of them got family that owns any land or any property in that area. How
At
y'all
all.
hate each
Preach,
other for living on
preach,
different blocks when y'all
hallelujah,
both staying in
preach,
apartments? Y'all in
preach.
apartments beefing.
And that's
Like
your block. And you still have to pay rent every month. Get out of
Facts.
here.
yeah, exactly. At any
That's
given
like
yep.
going into a dollar store and the lady catches a kid trying to steal and she say, "Get out of my store." She just an employee. She don't have no
Exactly.
equity, no stock, no nothing on in that store.
Yeah.
She just worked there for $10 an hour.
And you know what's funny is all of them got this
Yeah.
macho behavior towards us, but then when gentrification come, them white folks manage to come in there with briefcase of business suits and
Man,
kick their family members out, and they don't do
tell them,
nothing.
tell them, bro, tell them, bro.
Yo, Stufu, you just reminded me. You just triggered my battle rap brain. There's a third round that Daylight said versus Oops. What my boy said is like whenever it's like whenever is black man against black man is nothing but white sheets and sirens. But let a cop come over and kill your brother. The first thing we do is run to the streets with picket signs, screaming, "Stop the violence!"
Mm.
Bars.
True.
No, that is and that's
Bars.
a reality, and that's a social conditioning
Yep.
that we've got to wash off of ourselves as a culture. Selena, you cultivated a great conversation with these brothers. I need to jump off of here. I might jump back on, but love everybody on this panel. Blessings to all. Great conversation. Keep it going.
Same here,
Thank you.
man.
I appreciate you
All right,
coming through.
Stufu.
For sure.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
can I piggyback off the gentrification topic though? So
Absolutely.
so back in 1991, there was a movie called Boys in the Hood,
Oh yeah.
where
Right.
Yep.
Trey's father was talking about gentrification. That is the epitome of now because they forewarned everybody. John Singleton was a beautiful motherfucking director, man.
Absolutely.
Right.
Cuz had a vision like a motherfucker. Rest in peace, John Singleton. But
And you
that
know
was
what's the
30
craziest part?
years ago.
Uh, Go ahead.
Go
My
ahead.
bad. I thought you were finished.
No, that's it. That's it. That was
Oh,
33
okay.
years
Now I
ago.
was about to say, and you know what's the craziest thing about gentrification is the same area that you would be scared to walk out at 2 a.m. and now you'll see whites there jogging a months later and they're safe free. Nobody's coming to rob them or nothing, but yet just months ago before they tore down the projects, you couldn't be caught walking out there at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's because now they got the cameras, the drones, the neighborhood
Yep,
watch.
exactly.
Whoopie
Yeah.
whoopie, keep yeah. Right.
Let me ask
So
y'all this question with y'all being men. Have y'all ever, as y'all were growing up or even now, because I'm assuming it just like it's challenging being a woman, it's also challenging being a man in this world. Did y'all ever feel like taking somebody's life? Did y'all ever come to that point to where y'all was like at the crossroads of doing something like that? I don't know if that's kind of a risky
No comment.
ask.
Yeah. But I could just give a hint. It wasn't nobody of my kind because I'm from the backwoods of South Carolina. So even in the night, I'm a '90s kid, and it was still pretty much backwood. You ain't see too many. I was born in a little city where it was pretty much predominantly blacks. So if you saw a white person there, they really ain't had no reason being there. They was just looking for trouble. So,
Yep.
so it really didn't. It wasn't until I got to Florida that I started seeing all the black on black violence because there, black people stuck together more because of the environment we was in.
Right. Okay.
The only way I can answer that is I have been in some interesting and precarious situations. One of them I can actually speak about. It was
Long
actually my
gave it a turn.
It was actually my place of employment. So someone came in there actually acting stupid, and nothing happened. But let's just say I had to do a little bit of flash dancing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Flash dancing?
Okay. I just wanted to know.
Sound like somebody made somebody dance.
Hey, hold on. No. Hey, let me touch base on that topic, Selena. So I'm from Long Beach. It's the most diverse city in America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. War zone. We got Cambodians, we got black, white, Hispanic, Samoans,
Mm-hmm.
Tongans, um,
My boy making it
Filipino,
sound like a four-course meal.
Chinese. Hey, no. But here's the cold part though. Um, Once upon a time, all these groups got along at one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But once the groups stopped getting along because of like I said earlier, ego. People's egos. Somebody might lose a fade. They come back to smoke the homie. Boom. So that starts a war. And it ain't even necessarily about politics or government. It's just about ego or a
Right.
female or something like losing a basketball game. People start tripping and shit. And then next thing you know, everybody's involved now because, you from this part, you from this part, and you don't even want to be involved, but you ain't got no choice because shit, it's do or die. And that my thing I'm telling y'all is this. If a motherfucker walks the street and is humble and ain't got no ego and knows how to defend himself, ain't gonna be no problems because ain't nobody gonna approach you on that level
That's
because
facts.
they know,
True.
they know. Yeah, and that's the standard I set everywhere I go. I've been nationwide with this shit. That's the standard I've always held on, and I'll never change that shit.
The
Cause
respectful
I'll be
standard.
damned. I ain't
Yeah.
never. Hey, look. I ain't never lost a fight that I didn't start. Point
Mm.
blank.
I like that you said that. I did not lose a fight that I did not start. I like that.
That's it. No more, none less. I done lost some fights that I started, and I learned from my mistakes, man. What's the
Mm-hmm.
point?
Mm-hmm. But
No more,
see,
none less.
back then you could actually have a fight with somebody without them,
And then it's over.
without them going and getting
Without
their
the
feelings.
Drake getting
You know what I'm
pulled on
saying?
you.
Yeah. Somebody take the loss and just both walk away.
What
Mm-hmm.
happened to the good old days of, all right, I lost this fight. Let me go get my cousin. What happened to them days?
Ah, hey, but you ain't had no cousin.
Look,
Yeah.
if you
Hey,
beat
what's
me,
up with
we
my
gonna fight
cousin?
tomorrow.
We gonna fight the next day. I'm gonna come back for like this Street
Yeah.
Fighter now. Round one, fight.
All
Round two.
right. Like motherfucker, I gotta get the victory. Shit. Nigga,
I
you gotta
mean,
think
Yes,
about it. If you
indeed.
wanna fuck with
you
me,
play the video games online long enough. A lot of these kids can't even take a loss in a video game without talking
I
violence.
know, right?
Hey, they got raised.
Yeah.
They
Yo,
raised
So you
that's
shit
know they ain't
online.
willing to take a punch.
yo, Roy Lee. I'm glad you brought that up too. Cause look, yo, this actually comes back
Oh,
around
you
full
get
circle. They can't even take a
Why
loss in
so
a video game these
passionate?
days.
Yep, bro. I
Just
don't play
turn and
Call of
shoot
Duty,
it
and
like that.
I know it's 13-year-olds making threats about running up on me.
Bro,
Can't do nothing but laugh because you know it's a kid on the other end.
bro,
uh-huh.
bro. I
Yeah.
remember, man. I miss video games back in the day where you had to talk shit against your opponent. Pardon me, Selena. You were actually at the cabinet,
Oh no.
and this dude is sweating next to you. You better swing right
Oh
there, bro.
yeah. When you had to put the quarter on top of the machine because you calling next.
Yeah.
I got next, motherfucker.
You either gonna run back, you're gonna need to run back, run next, or run outside.
I
Yeah.
got
That,
you. I got you.
times
Yeah,
have definitely changed, y'all. Times have
for sure, for
definitely
sure.
changed. I'm gonna share this. This is from I think I shared some of his videos before. I want to show y'all this, and we can keep our discussion going. But it is with family. Was this the family? And he talks a little bit about he had 4 attempts. Okay, he had 4 attempts in 4 years, so he had grace and he still didn't take heed to the warning.
Yeah, yeah, he
I'm gonna
survived a long time.
yeah. So I'm gonna
Same
share
with
a little bit
FBG
of
Duck.
this, huh?
Same with FBG Duck. He had many attempts on his life.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
But I
like,
would have thought this dude Ben died though. Like that's I ain't know that was the dude who played that song with the little Corbin drink.
The
Like
Who
where's
Who
Corbin?
song? Yep.
that's the
Oh
guy
yeah.
that I'm assuming that they,
That was beefing with.
unalive. And that is horrible. I'm not laughing because of that. That's a horrible situation. But see, the thing is they they taunt these people, and both of them taunt each other. It's they see it as, like I said, a video game. That's how they see this. And it's like, this is not no game. This is, do you know, when people leave, they don't, most of the time they don't come back. Like, I don't understand these kids, man. They different. That's all I can tell you. They are really different.
Ace from the west, how you keep up with the shout out to city. You talking about off, a bitch on the biggest. I got the key, I got the tick. Let's talk about off.
The pool party start today at 5, 6 o'clock. If you already got the address, pull up, man. You got the address, pull up. If you need the address, DM me right now. The pool party start at 5, 6 o'clock. DM me for the address or DM Julio Booking ESPN. I'm gonna put it right here. We just got here, bro. You got to add it. You got to add it, man. Push up. We just got to this bit. Tampa, Florida, man. You already got to add it to the pool party. Push up at 5:30, man. Push up at 5:30, man. We finna get everything right. Push up at 5:30, 6 o'clock, man.
At this point, around 4:40 this morning, we received a 911 call about a shooting that happened here in the parking lot behind me on McKinley and Fowler. What we have learned, and again, this is all very early in the investigation, is that 2 cars were shot at. 4 people were shot in total as a result of this. 3 of them were transported to hospitals, and 1 was pronounced deceased here on the scene.
Yeah, now one thing about it, he ain't in hell. Now, where that boy, he had all the time in the world to apologize to them people. He was going to the graveyard, rapping at the graveyard. Man, that nigga making people mama cry. So shit, it's some people relieved.
At this point, fam, we all know this will come with it. When you got a career and you
And it's kind of shocking for me to hear Mr. Charleston
Thank you. Yeah.
Trolls the hell out of people to the point where
Yeah, exactly.
find him. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you surprised?
Yeah. Well, to me, it's like I don't know if you've ever talked about anybody's dead relatives, but he be talking a lot of ish.
Nah, he talks shit about it.
Hold on. No, he does. He does. Actually, the first person that he went at was actually he actually went at FBG Duck's mom. And,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, where he was just like, man, screw your dead kids. You the one who keep on putting them in situations. You not even doing nothing about your kids. You mean to tell me you stay in the same area?
He dissed the entire state of Chicago over that situation. He started dissing them. Talking about why they don't look out for FBG Duck.
That's not off brand at all. He always said, screw the gangs and screw the gangster community, because all you do is do nothing but beget violence on each other. So no, I have no mercy for you when you shoot and kill each other.
Right.
Well, that's the cold part. Cuz used to think he was a Crip. And then he found out his Cripping wasn't validated in LA once he came home and everything. So that's when he started smashing on LA cats, man. And trying to aspire to be a political figure. When all said and done, he speaks a lot of truth, but he speaks a lot of bullshit.
He makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, you can't make sense and just disrespect motherfuckers, man, especially this dead. Cuz did that to the gang.
But that's where I agree with you, because it crosses a really, really fine line. Like, one of my homies told me a while ago, one of my OGs told me, And I still hold on to this day. Nobody gives a damn about the truth if they don't care who it's coming from.
Exactly.
That part.
Exactly.
That part.
That part. Ain't that the truth? Wow, that's crazy. But you telling the truth on that. Let me play a little bit more. And this is The Family, so y'all sub up.
Your most known songs is dissing other people and they dead. Attempts gonna be on your life. And it shows in this story we about to do today. But it seemed this last attempt caught up with him. And it's unfortunate because he didn't survive. But this man had multiple attempts. Broad daylight, at night, in front of his peoples, by himself. At this point, I didn't know who he can trust prior to losing his life. And on top of everything, this is a man that loses his life on his birthday. Celebrate. But why having so many ops and still going to social media to post your location, which we'll later share? I don't know if that was a smart idea. But nonetheless, we're going to pay our respects. Talk about the situation at hand. Talk about who this young man is. Some of his public beef and how he lost his life. So before we go over this one, remember, I don't give you no ain't. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Fam, meet Charles Jones. June 21st, 2024. He turns 26 years old. His rap stage name is Julio Foolio. From Jacksonville, Florida, he grew up and was raised in a neighborhood of an apartment complex called Hilltop Village, also known as the Six. His most noticeable songs was tracks released 2 years ago, and they both was disses. One was a track titled When I See You, with over 45 million views and counting. He shot this video at a gravesite while marking 3 men who lost their life that was close associates to the rising rap star, Young Ace, from Florida as well.
Doing drive-bys, Ace from the west, how he clicked up with the east side. He ain't been the same since he seen them other 3 die.
He also dropped a track titled List of Dead Ops with a little under 20 million views and counting. And fam, I don't know if this was exaggeration or not, but this man listed over 50 names in this one video.
Hot shit in their life. Lil Sugar died on the bike. On cloud used to be home, but I'm still smoking no mic.
Man, can you imagine having that many quote-unquote ops and still trying to be a public figure? None of it makes sense. But he has attempts on his life during that time as well. I mean,
yeah. What you say, Channel Forbes?
Yeah, I say that. Yeah, that was part one.
That was part one. There was a part
two. It was more. Yeah, it was more ops.
Exactly.
The only thing that year in October 2023, he was shot in his foot on the 3100 block of 18th Street West in Jacksonville, Florida. It was a residential neighborhood less than a mile from a school. The car he was driving was a black Dodge Challenger. It was riddled with bullets. His mom went to Foolio Instagram account with the quote, "Keep Foolio my son in y'all prayers." He was shot.
Around 7 a.m., officers responded to the 3100 block of West 16th Street about a person shot. An adult male in his mid-20s transported himself to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The victim sustained a single gunshot wound to the foot. Our initial investigation has determined that the victim was shot while operating a vehicle. He was the only occupant of the vehicle. It appears that the suspect or suspects were waiting for the victim and ambushed him. During the shooting, an occupied house was struck. An adult female suffered a minor injury. She was not struck by gunfire. There's currently no description of the suspect or suspects. Violent crime detectives were on scene canvassing for witnesses and video surveillance. It is an ongoing investigation. We do ask anybody in the community to come forward with any information about this incident. Contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office at 904-630-0500 or via email at jsocrimetips@jacksheriff.org or the Crime Stoppers hotline at 1-866-845-TIPS. Any questions?
Yeah, we're hearing about, were there any specific vehicles involved in this incident, vehicle descriptions?
The victim was operating a black vehicle, a black sedan.
But he was a target again in 2021, November 8th. He was getting out of his vehicle on the 2000 block of Ernest Street in Riverside. But he made the news for shooting back, and he managed to escape. Shortly after, he went to his live on Instagram and said the following: "I shot back in self-defense. My gun is registered. And if I did something illegal, the police would have put me in jail. I did miss 100 shots, though. They must have thought I was lacking for sure." But it seemed like, at that point, his fans always known him for going on live after he was shot at or even shot, because he did the same thing just a year prior to that situation in July. This time, the shooting happened in Houston, and after getting shot, allegedly in his buttocks, he went to Instagram Live and said the following.
Nigga, I know niggas mad I ain't dead, ain't. He was mad I ain't dead on gay. What you talking about, niggas? Yeah.
Now, at that point in 2023, Julio Foolio had 3, which was public attempts on his life, with him being touched twice. Fast forward to 2024, he get another attempt on his life. But before we disclose those details, let's listen to what he had to say in one of his recent interviews about him being shot on a No Jumper podcast.
Sitting in my car for like 2 seconds, I'm like, damn, what gas station I'm finna go to? Because you can't just go there in the gas station. So I'm trying to pick like the safest one, even though ain't none of that safe. So I pick the gas station, I pull out, I see a car, but I'm like, I ain't really thinking too much of it. But when I'm backing out, that zoom like behind me, it stopped. I'm like, so I hit the brakes. I'm like, so I'm finna let that bitch get in front of me. I ain't finna let them get behind me. So that hop in front of me and we get to the next stop sign. That bust a left, hop out, go to blowing that down. Like the car went dry, so that start. I'm like, damn, I'm dead. And that been on the driver. I hit the gas, smashed the gas to the next start sign, bust the right. That been went dry no more. I hopped out. I jumped behind like I don't know if it was a van or a truck. Hopped behind they. I was just laying there for like 10 minutes. I'm like, damn, I'm shot. So I get up. I'm like, I can't walk or nothing. I'm knowing my foot up. I knock on the people's door house. I'm like, I'm shot. Like I'm bamming on that bit. Like I'm shot. Y'all open the bit. I'm hitting the rain camera and all. I'm looking through that bit. I see a. He's sitting on the couch. I don't know if he had headphones in or what. I'm bamming on that bit. He ain't paying me no mind on. Like, what? So I hop back to the car and then I just drive to the hospital, hit 100, bro.
Now, as mentioned earlier in the video, Julio Foolio turned 26 years old in June of 2024. He decided to throw a pool party and went to his Instagram to show the location. But as the day went on, according to his Instagram post, you can tell he switched locations to a Holiday Inn. Having one post quote that the police had kicked him out. Check it.
The pool party start the day at 5, 6 o'clock. If you already got the address, pull up, man. We got the address, pull up.
So when he got shot in the foot, that was his 4th attempt, from my understanding, what they just said. And the last, like I said, he has had a lot of chances to change his life, and this comes from Family TV 1, so y'all check them out. It's just unfortunate that these kids don't heed the warning.
But they ain't kids though. Like, let's just keep it real. They are not kids. These are grown men. I don't care what anybody says. These are grown men acting a fool and thinking that this is still a game. You know what?
Exactly.
I'm just sick and tired of just seeing this. And guess what? We all get the label on it as soon as you put hip hop and rap on it. When there's so much more out there, but this is what's been out here in the forefront. And that's the one part that actually annoys me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's like we could talk about this, but ain't nobody gonna talk about Rhapsody having practically the album of the year. She dropped an amazing friggin' album. We ain't gonna talk about that. And then on top of that, there's a black female too. Ain't nobody gonna talk about that. But here we are over here. Headlines, hey, these guys shooting and killing each other again. That this and the like, come on, man. I'm just like sick and tired of seeing this crap. Sorry to defend a little bit. I'm going on a tangent, but
no, I understand. But do you have anything to add to that, Matthew?
Yeah, he's speaking the truth, and it's called well because dude's been out the limelight for at least a year or so. Julio. We don't know if he's decided to change his life. We don't know if he made peace with his ops or not.
he tried to actually on a later Vlad TV interview. Vlad actually offered on the olive branch, and he said he'll consider it. So I don't know how far that went, but
Right. And here's the cold part: when you do so much dirt, man, you always don't have to protect your motherfucking front, back, and side.
Right.
We talking about dirt. Like, you got to get out the way, and especially leave your state, man.
Right. That's why I didn't understand.
Yeah, leave your state, man. Start all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Do it the right way.
That's exactly what I thought too. This is exactly. That's what I was saying. You have free will to choose the right way or the wrong way. And I think that the universe, y'all want to call it the universe, or God gave him more than one chance to get it right. And he still wanted to continue to stay in the same area, doing the same foolishness. And I guess he was cool with it, apparently. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to share with this. This is the last video. These are his last uh, moments that were seen on video. So I'm going to share a little bit of that with you guys. And just one day you living and one day you not here. That's amazing how life is. That's why we have to make sure we not only value our time here, but we definitely have to live our life in a way where it's not wasted. Let me play this.
Physically really with Julio Foolio was his girlfriend. Now, she was one of the first people that posted on her Twitter to confirm that he lost his life. She went to his Twitter. She said, "Y'all took my boyfriend from me. I and I won't be the only one crying," with the broken heart emoji.
Wow.
She also wrote this morning. She says, "This is so unreal. I woke up and smiled. Tried to wrap my arm around my boyfriend and realized he's not even alive or next to me." Now, this particular tweet got almost 190,000 views on this just tweet. The Jacksonville sheriff, where Julio Foolio is from, according to him, this has been a big back and forth between groups in the area of Jacksonville. Beef in the streets pretty much bled out the music.
I mean, unfortunately, I think young people think this is a game, and there'll be comments about this in the statement that I make. They make it like it's a video game. It's not. This is real life. So he has a mother. He has parents. Siblings, probably friends, and they have to deal with these kind of losses, and it's unfortunate. Now the next thing is these groups. I won't name them. They know who they are. We're not going to tolerate any retribution, any revenge. We're going to watch. We're going to be around, paying attention to what's going on. But it's unfortunate. It should never happen to our kids. And I've never seen so much devaluing of human life. It's like
devaluing of human life, and that's what I was talking about. It's just people just don't care anymore. And to be honest with you, it's not going to get any better. It's not. And that's the sad part about it. 78% people has said that there's more violence in the music industry now than in the 90s and the 80s. And they said more violence in 90s and the 80s was 22%. So it's 22% for the 90s and 80s that there was more violence, and they're 78% for present time. So, man, this is a lot. This is a lot, and this is really heavy. Yeah. Tez, I hope I'm pronouncing your name, Tez0220. Yeah, Fulio was living reckless, and a lot of them live recklessly, and that's unfortunate because most of these young men and women, like I said, they have so much potential to do other things. They're talented, you know what I'm saying? They have things to offer the world, but instead they just take their life and make a mess out of it, and they live so frivolously. I was doing, I think it was a couple of weeks or a week ago, I was talking about the rapper Enchanting out of Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know if she was given some bad drugs or what, but she ended up having a drug overdose.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I felt like, you know, you have to watch people, the people that give you drugs and you buy drugs from, but why live your life so recklessly, just doing anything, taking a lot of drugs, killing other people, it's just like they don't care. And that's the sad part. You don't care. And it's people today that are dying of terminal illnesses, and they just wish that they had more time. And you got these young people and people just in general living their life reckless and don't care about nothing. They just don't even value life. And that's the sad part about it. It's people that wish they could be here and they can't. You know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate. It actually makes me really sad about it. You know what I'm saying? So, Tiz, I hope that, that you make choices in your life, continue to make choices in your life and improve your life and not get in um, the foolishness, not get distracted by going down the wrong road. Hey, Rare Money, how are you? Good to see you. So yeah, do y'all have anything to add to that, Channel Forbes and Matthew?
Meanwhile, Kendrick over there united all the gangs on the West Coast. Like, what the hell are we doing over here, bro? We just got
Nah,
one big fight.
Can I piggyback off of that? And here's the thing, man. The youngsters, even the 20s, maybe even the 30s, they ain't never had to fight for their life. So that's why they give up so quick. They ain't never been put in these certain situations. Video
Right.
games don't give you them situations or them simulations. Ain't no YouTube, ain't no TV program you can watch to even ever emulate what real ones done been through. So if you ain't really risk your body, just like, man, you don't know that life is precious. And
Exactly.
that part. It's like, man,
Exactly. Now I look at the poll, it's 82% present that there's more violence in the music industry than in the 90s and the 80s. It's only 18%. So it's changed. I would like to ask the 18% what groups, like I was saying, I was talking about NWA, was maybe talking about some of the gang violence in their area, and as well as Tupac, Biggie, when they was having their thing going back and forth. And I can't think of anybody else in the
you had the
mainstream.
Ghetto Boys,
Yeah,
you
Ghetto
had
Boys. Yeah.
Mixmaster Spade, and NWA. They were just storytellers of what happened in the hood. That's all. They were just
Right.
storytellers. They wasn't gang banging. Easy was a
Yeah.
hustler. Cube was a writer slash rapper. They
Right.
wasn't really gang banging. They was just telling the stories of the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What they see. You know,
Right.
I think the game changed up when in the 2000s when that drill hit. Once the drill hit, it was like what? Then
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to the music. Then like I'm listening to my stepson. He's bumping this shit, and I'm listening, and I'm like, oh, this is a bad hit. This is an all the way around bad hit. Because once they started coming out with drill, it was showing proof on social media. Motherfuckers was
Exactly.
showing.
I have a love hate relationship with what do you call the New York drill. And I'm gonna still stand on this, and anybody could argue with me or fight me all you want. New York drill is just nothing more than UK. The UK don't talk this crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to all the beats. All those beats are UK style.
Oh, okay.
Period. The ice spices and everything. If you actually go and you listen to UK hip hop over there, it sounds
Mm.
exactly like that. They actually got that. It was actually halfway originated from Dot Rotten. Shout out to Dot Rotten, one of my favorite producers. They wasn't talking that. They don't talk that crazy over there in the UK, right? It's just that Pop Smoke popularized it, and 504, those other guys too. But that's actually UK music. It's not New York. New York just actually just made it a thing.
Okay. Wow.
Little
Okay,
history.
I didn't know that. Thank you for
Little history.
educating us on that. Because I had no idea about that. I have listened to some UK rap. It's interesting. Some of it I kind of like, but some of it is very different though. Tez, yes, just keep going the right direction. Uh, learn from your mistakes. Like I said, this is a cautionary tale. Unfortunately, it's many cautionary tales. People, and unfortunately, some people don't learn the lesson from them. So I hope that in your life that you have made bad choices, that it builds character in you to choose better decisions, make better decisions, and you can become a better person. And I think anybody should want to be a decent human being, but unfortunately, that's not the goal of many people in this day and time. But I hope the best for you. I honestly do. And I hope that you look at these lessons and learn from them and not have to experience them anymore. Thank you, Amber. I really appreciate you. It was something else that I wanted to show you guys before we left today. I'm trying to think what it was, but I can't think of it right now. But I wanted to show you something very comical. Hopefully, I don't know what's going on with my internet today, but it's been acting like that, and I'm gonna have to call Spectrum and see what's going on. But I wanted to share with you this funny video because, like I said, this is draining. All this talking about this, but what I will say is, these lyrics that these young people repeat over and over again, that really that gets in your spirit, whether people realize that or not. And you start to think of that subconsciously. And that's how, if you notice, when some people, I've heard of some people that are about to commit the M word. Number one, they got to be drugged up. They gotta be, their nerves gotta be calm enough to do it, or they have to be in the, I would say, in the right mood set to do something like this. As well as they have to listen to the music and say it, and it has to get into their spirit, and it just goes over and over in their mind. So when they do something, they're null and void of feelings, from what I heard, when people commit something like this, because taking somebody else's life is so serious. But when those, drugs can be mood stabilizers, and they could change and alter everything about you. And then, like I said, added with that type of demonic music and those lyrics and those frequencies, that does a lot to your mindset. And I've always heard this: pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before stumbling. It is better to be humble in the spirit with the lowly than divided the spoils with the proud. So basically, you're at your own ruin when you allow your ego to get in the way. That's the basis of this whole thing. And a lot of people don't realize being prideful, um, having no conscious, it can really ultimately destroy you in the end. And that's what people don't realize when they do, until it's too late, until they breathe, they breathe, and it's their last breath, and that's when things start to make sense then, but it's too late. So I hope that some people that are about to do something or want to do something, to think before you do. Like I said, I would say the only way I would take out my weapon is if I felt my life depended on it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the people that make better decisions, like I said, we only have one life to live, so we better do the best we can. I'm gonna show y'all this, and before we exit out, I had a wonderful panel up here. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna share this, and this is kind of funny though. This is with Kev's on stage, and this guy, I guess he supposedly I ain't gonna say supposedly, but he done got as they call it, saved. And so now he used to be a gangster, and so now he done got saved, so now he doing the pop lock. It's so hilarious to me. I'm gonna share this with y'all. I'm gonna share it real quick. And this is Kev's on stage. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use. All the videos, fair use.
Life, and you finally give your life to God.
And take the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God, Jesus Christ, to put on the armor of God. We love you. Jesus Christ.
I block and drop
Chestplate. Jesus Christ of righteousness.
That's just crazy.
We love you, God. Shoot. Of peace. Stomping on the enemy.
The electric kingdom that's killing me.
God. Jesus Christ, we love you, God. And we do it for him. Shield. Jesus Christ. Of faith.
Hey,
Whoa.
My boy kind of flexing though, okay.
We love you, God.
Hey, I'll kill the devil, cuz. On my mama, cuz. I got hands for the devil, cuz. Yeah. I'll kill you, devil. On the hood, I'll kill you, cuz. On the dead loafs, I'll kill you, devil, cuz. Hey. On my mama, I'll kill the devil, cuz. Demons come see me in the streets, cuz. It's whatever, cuz. On sight, it's whatever, cuz. You know who Jesus healed, cuz? The cripples. What is that short for? Crips, you feel me? We anointed, cuz. On my mama, I got hands. For all Satan's imps, pimps, and whatever, cuz we can get out, cuz. We get out for whatever, cuz. It's whatever on the hood. Stay dangerous, cuz. You feel me? Jesus Christ, cuz. I ain't know you can say Jesus Christ that hard, cuz. Jesus Christ, I love you, God. On the hood, I love you, cuz. I'll die for you, God. And then go to heaven and die again, God. I love you so much, cuz. I love you, God. On the hood, I love you, cuz.
Yeah, so when I saw that I was laughing. I said, because I needed something to brighten my mood after this. This was funny to me, but I just wanted to share that with y'all because that was funny as I don't know what. I was laughing when I saw it. But shout out to my panel. Shout out to my chat. Thank you for if you bless me with any cash apps. I really appreciate that. It's Selena Star for those who don't know. I appreciate you guys for the super chat. So thank you so much for that and the membership. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you. And last words, Channel Forbes and Matthew. I'm gonna start with Channel Forbes first.
Nah, I'm just gonna do my outro right here, man. But Matthew, yo, thank you for jumping up and chopping it up. You know what I mean? Getting your perspective. Salute to you. You know what I mean? Definitely salute to you, Selena. Going in this direction and actually holding the fort down. You know what I mean? You're doing a good job. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to everybody who's up in here. And right before I came down, I got to do it right. So love you. All right.
Thank you, Channel Forbes. You always make me laugh with that one. Matthew, what would you like to add to this? And thank you so much for coming up.
Oh, salute, Selena. No, I just want to touch base on the topic about the music once again, because this is how important music can be beneficial. When you go to a gym, everybody got headphones on. What they listening to? While they working out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of people got to be able to discern real music from fake music, because real music inspires. Fake music is It's all bad,
Right.
man. And that's all. That's all. But anyway,
Right.
once again, thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me up here, Selena. And hopefully
Oh,
I'll see you
anytime,
soon.
Matthew.
All
Yeah,
right.
anytime. You're more than welcome.
uh,
Yeah, you to come back up
oh yeah, yeah. I
anytime.
speak on reflections and truth. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't BS around. And
Hmm.
when it comes to me, you gonna have a real motherfucker on the panel because I'm
Okay.
undisputed with
Well, I
truth.
appreciate that.
Hey, baby.
My Cali brother, and Channel Four.
Oh yeah,
If you don't mind me asking, are you on the East Coast?
I am in South Florida.
Oh, okay. So you're in Florida as well. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Okay. So, but I appreciate both of y'all for coming up, and
Of
Stu
course.
Fu as well as Roy Lee and John John. Hey, Empress, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. But yeah, I really had a good. This was a good show. And well, we got 2 hours, so we've been up here 2 hours. That's unlike me. But I just wanted to make sure that I talked about this. Number one, it seemed like everybody was talking about it, but I saw a lot of different things in it. But like I said, warning comes before destruction. So don't take heed to those little warnings that we get. Don't just let those warnings just fall on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you got people that never learn until it's too late and they can't do nothing about it. That's the sad part. So I hope that somebody can get something from this. And I was going to because I was trying to figure out before I did this, I wanted to do the background of it before I even did this live, and just to see how so many young men had lost their life for foolishness. Like it really saddens me, to be honest with you. And I really think that people need to take their life more seriously than what they're doing. And it's unfortunate that people don't. You know what I'm saying? And when I looked up a cautionary tale, it's a story, an experience, or a situation that serves a warning to others. And that's why I said put cautionary tale of Julio in my title, because it is a cautionary tale. And unfortunately, people still will listen to this story. They will still have or heard of people or even had previous experiences like this, and they do not heed to the warnings. And that is what is unfortunate. But yeah, I had to put a cautionary tale in there because, like I said, it is a cautionary tale. Each experience, each story that we hear in the hood, not in the hood, suburbs, whatever, it is a cautionary tale, and we can learn something from it so that we don't go down some of those same pitfalls. Now, some things are inevitable. It's just, that's just some life, sometimes life, it does some turns in our life that we can't control. But there's things that we can control, and the things that we can control, that's the things we need to focus on. So like I said, it is a cautionary tale, and I'm gonna read the definition again for those people in the back. A cautionary tale is a story, an experience, or a situation that serves as a warning to others. If you keep going down the same path as this young man or these other young men that have lost their life, this will be your story, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be cautious how we live amongst people. Let's be cautious of how our mouth is on these YouTube streets or just in real life. Because I think a lot of people get, just because people on YouTube, they think they can say and do anything to people. And like I said, you always gonna meet your match that's gonna take you up on it. So but still, if people think they can say anything because they hiding behind a computer and a phone. but in real life, people get tired of it. So you need to
They're
be
just on their
conscious.
smart devices acting stupid.
Huh?
They're just on their smart devices acting
Go
stupid.
ahead. Oh, you man. I'm like, what, Judge? I got you now.
Matthew, like that one.
You're crazy. You are so crazy.
Yeah,
I
that's the
appreciate
truth.
you guys. I really do for coming up. Y'all really added to the live, so thank you so much for that. And y'all can drop down. I'm gonna say my goodbyes and to everybody, but thank you for spending time, your 2 hours on my live, and sharing this panel with me. Guys, this is real life. Unfortunately, we can't, this is not a video game where we can die in the video game and come back to life. That just doesn't happen for everybody. Actually, it's a rare case. So let's just be cautious how we live. Let's be cautious what we say, and let's be cautious what we do to other people. Unfortunately, it's people that do not go by the golden rule. Treat people like you want to be treated. And that's where we always have problems with. I said two things in life if people would learn to do: mind their business and treat people like we want to be treated, the world would be so much better. But unfortunately, it's not going to. Guys, y'all be blessed. And you just try to be a decent person, not worry about other people. You just try to be a decent person regardless. So salute to everyone. And again, thank you for your participation. Thank you for your giving. I appreciate that. Y'all have a blessed day, blessed night rather, and I will see you guys later. I might go live tomorrow, do a pop-up live, so y'all press the notification so you'll know when I'm going to when I go live again tomorrow or maybe the next day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.